Hi, it's Tom at app19.com with a webcast on effective and efficient use of Apartment Auditor or any of the applications in the Auditor suite. So what are we going to cover in this webcast? Well, first off, we're going to take a look at how to cut your reporting costs. It turns out that, as you might expect, the more tokens you purchase, the cheaper the tokens become, and you can actually save up to 40% by maxing out and buying the maximum number of tokens that are available to you. Next, we're going to take a look at how to fast forward or fast reverse through the marquee messages that appear on the home screen. Now, the marquee messages are really the messages that you see in green text that go marching from right to left across the home screen. After that, we're going to take a look at how do you shut off in-app ads that are served up either by Amazon or Google or any of the mobile ad network providers. You can shut them off for a price, and I'll show you how to do that very quickly. So for item number 4, we're going to just take a look at how to eliminate report bloat, which is just a term that I use for hiding fields in your reports that have no data associated with them. The fifth and final item will just be a quick review of how to quickly collect data by swiping through the auditor screens. Okay, on to item 1, how to cut your report costs. This figure that you see is a plot of the cost per token for any of the Auditor series apps. As you can see, and this is in US dollars, if you buy 4 tokens, it's roughly $1, and then the price proceeds to drop very quickly on a cost per token basis as you purchase more tokens. So you can purchase, as for instance, 10 tokens for roughly $2. I think it's $3.50 here in 2014 for 20 tokens, 50 tokens for about $8 or $7.50, and lastly, 100 tokens for $15. So as you can see, the cost if you buy 100 tokens is only 15 cents per token, whereas if you buy the minimum amount, it's going to be 4 tokens for $1. So in summary, if you use Apartment Auditor or Home Auditor a lot, if you're a landlord and have a number of apartments, you probably want to be buying a larger quantity of tokens to get the best value. Likewise, for Home Auditor, if you're a real estate agent or broker, then obviously it's to your advantage to buy a larger quantity of tokens because you'll be able to save up to 40%. Item number 2, fast forward and reverse of the marquee messages on the home screen. So here we have Apartment Auditor running on a Nexus 7 tablet, and again the green text that you see scrolling across the bottom here is the marquee message. So if we'd like to advance to the next message, all we need to do is swipe from right to left, and we'll move on to the next message. In between the messages, what you'll see is an advertisement that's placed about every 30 seconds. An ad will pop up, go through its cycle, and then it'll toggle back to the marquee messages. So here we are, we've toggled back to the marquee message. Tap here for types of information on reports. Some of these messages, if you tap them, will take you directly to a website. Some will display a dialog box. It's a dialog message. It's a function of the message type. But again, you can swipe forward, right to left, and advance to these. Likewise, you can, if a message goes by that you want to read again, you can swipe the other way from left to right, and you'll be able to review the prior messages. Okay, on to item number 3. Tired of in-app ads? Well, here's how to shut them off. Let's say we want to make a report, generate a PDF report for this second apartment. I'm going to tap on the apartment, and then I'm going to select Create New Report. We're going to go to the Report Options screen, scroll down to the bottom, and here you're going to see the middle button on the upper row on the bottom. Once we get through these messages says ad free. If I tap on that, a dialog will come up informing me that, hey, in order to turn off ads, it costs 10 report tokens. Once the ads are disabled, they will be disabled on all screens with the exception of the home screen. You'll still continue to get mobile network ads on the home screen. Lastly, if you do turn them off, you will be excluding yourself from being able to see ads targeted at people that are pursuing either the purchase of apartments or homes. So there are ads that are targeted to the user population that you may in fact want to see here. So if you do disable them, as I'm going to select yes in this particular case, that I do want to disable them, you'll notice a confirmation message, and then in fact that the ads have vanished from the top of the screen. I can always re-enable the ads once I've paid my 10 tokens and turn them off just by tapping the No Ads button. You'll see the icon change slightly. We now have an ad at the very top. Again, if I select ads or back to no ads, I can toggle back and forth here. Okay, on to item number 4, how to eliminate report bloat. So let's generate a PDF report for this very simple apartment that I've created. I think there's only one room in this, and it's a PDF report, so that's going to cost us 2 tokens. We're starting out with 10 tokens. After the report's created, I'll have 8 left. I'm going to tap the New Report button. A report will be generated. And you'll see when we view this, I'm now going to tap on the View button, and the PDF viewer will pull up that I have not entered data for many of the values for the apartment information, and that was my choice at the time. If I want to suppress fields which have the value that you see here, nothing was entered, I can do that. I'm going to hit the back button, go out of the PDF viewer, hit the back button in the app to go back to report options, and this time I'm going to scroll up and select this item, show only those fields which have data. And let's take a look at that PDF report now. We're going to regenerate it and view it. And you'll see, of course, that we have far fewer fields because basically it's only showing those fields for which I've provided values for. So the last item to cover here is how to swipe your way through the screens when you're collecting data. Let's hit the Home button, head back to the home screen, and I'm going to go to Apartment 2, the Hints and Tips Webcast 1 apartment, and I'm going to simply swipe from right to left and start adding some rooms. I'm going to add a great room. Again, swipe to left. I'm going to hit the drop down, pardon me, an all-purpose room we'll call it. Then I'm going to swipe underneath the room features and defects from left to right, and that will take me back. Again, right to left. That will take me in. I'm going to add a new room. Oh, let's add bathroom guest. Swipe back. Swipe the other way. Right to left. Add our 4th room. Let's call it the carport. Swipe back. So you can see very quickly I've added 3 new rooms here. If I wanted to go into the carport and note a defect with the ceiling, I can swipe on top of the carport, right to left. I want to note a defect, so I'm going to go right to left underneath room features and defects. Let's see, we said there was an issue with the ceiling. I'm going to select defect. I'm going to note, let's say it's cracked or damaged, combination of both. I'm the renter, so I'm going to pick defect verified by renter. I'm going to come down. I'm going to use Google Voice to capture some additional comments. Ceiling above the carport is stained and damaged, period. And I'm done. So I'm going to do another left to right swipe to the right of the image, and that will take me back. I'm not going to bother taking a picture, but I can again swipe left to right, takes me all the way back to the home screen. So that's it. There's a quick summary of how to use Apartment Auditor, Home Auditor, Dorm Auditor more effectively. Have a great day.